All right, so we are having some issues here, especially when we get or we add a page that doesn't exist, such as this. Let's see how can we account for that. Well, we do have already the infrastructure set up per se, not 100%, but we have this page not found, which we're going to create right away. So I'm going to go ahead and create this class. Let's go to widgets. Actually, this is going to be a page in itself. Let's go to screens. I'm going to create another one here. Page not found dart. Okay, let's create a stateless widget. Page not found, and let's go ahead and import material, and voila. Right away, I'm going to just pass it material widget, such as that. Inside child, put a column, and we have children that we can pass inside. All the content to be in the middle. So I'm going to say main axis alignment, put a main axis and say C, and do have center like this. All right, it's going to be very simple. I'm going to put a text here that says 404. That's the code for page not found in web development lingo. And let's put a text style here just to dramatize things a little bit. And in fact, let's use the text, the theme of, right? Let's say theme. And I'm going to say text theme. And I'm going to headline 1 like that. And there we go. Let's also use a sized box because we want some space, height of about 15. And at bottom, I'm going to put another text that will say page not found. I'll do the same thing, style. And text theme, headline 3. And that's all. All right, and then back here, let's go ahead and import that. Okay, let's save real quick. Okay, there we go. Let's start again. Let's just say main. Of course, we're going to go back to, right, takes us to sign in. That's exactly the code, the logic we have here, as we've seen. And let's start, let's say settings, because we don't have settings. Hit enter, and voila, page not found is now showing. Wonderful, so it's working. The routing is working as expected. This is very powerful because, as you see, it just makes sure that nobody can access the contents of this app if they are not authorized to access. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Let's try to hijack this, say main again. Of course, it's going to go to enter email. Let's see. If I say, I'm going to say John and tester, and voila, it works because John is allowed to be here. And you can see here it says main. We are inside of the main route, and everything works just like we did before. Okay, very good. And if let's see, let's sign out. When we sign out, we go back to sign in. Okay, let's try again with, let's create a new account. Why not? So I'm going to create a new account. Let's say Gina. Let's go ahead and create an account. There we go. There's Gina. However, something strange is happening here. Why do we have this John la la la? This is not Gina. Let's go back to here just to see what's going on. Let's go to users. Okay, now we have Gina. Display name should be Gina, and there's no quote whatsoever. Yet we're going back to John. What's going on? Let's probe in. Anything else looks good because it seems like it's not getting any books because Gina was just added, obviously. What's really happening there? So this is going to be the app bar. All right, so back to our main screen. I think I know what the problem is. So we have this auth user. We've used that everywhere else except for user stream here. We're still comparing user ID or user UID that we're getting with the same user ID. So that's the hang up here. This should be the authorized user ID, because remember, in our database, we are going to go through all of the users that we have. So if you're comparing the same user, right, then if we're comparing the same UID from the database, it's going to return that user, which is incorrect. So we need to compare that user with the user ID of the authenticated user. So that's why here we need to pass, obviously, to compare, it has to be the authorized user ID. Okay. So this is very important. That's why earlier I changed this from user to auth user, so we can differentiate the two. Right, let's save this and let's start over. Let's try to go to main. Okay, we are not signed in. Let's go and say Gina. We should get Gina. And actually, we end up with this issue here. Okay, so we need to figure out what's really going on here. And if you've been getting this problem, chances are is because the version of Firestore needs to change. So let's go ahead and see how to fix this.